All right, welcome back to the Sideline Report. Bowie State University football is in the house. We have head coach Damon Wilson and linebacker Antoine Young. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you, Marvin.
You guys are having a great year, but I'm sure you feel like you can do a little better, right, Coach?
No doubt. You know, we're getting better every week, and that's one thing that we want to do. We started off a little slow in certain areas, and we just want to focus and get better every week and pay attention to what we're doing from a Bowie State standpoint, not worry about our opponent, but just correct the things that we have control of.
All right, and Antoine, how do you feel about how the season's going so far?
We had 2 mishaps this season on the record book, but defensively we chasing perfection. Y'all see shutouts, y'all see 3 points, but when we watch film, we still make a lot of mistakes, so we chasing perfection.
And speaking of perfection, I mean, you have really grown since you came to Bowie State out of Suitland High School, right? Yes. And talk about your journey so far at Bowie. You are now a grad student, actually. Talk about your journey.
I came to Bowie State my 2012. I was a kid, a freshman. I redshirted. I was in a fortunate situation where I had to, my roommate was Curtis Pumphrey, and I was talking to someone previously. Curtis made me an all-conference player. He worked. I never been around someone who always worked as hard as he was. I set goals and accomplished all of them soon, and that put me above everyone else. So I kind of got a little big-headed, way too fast. Got humble situations in my life happen. Now I'm more mature. I see the field from both sides as a coach and as a player, and it helped me a lot.
How has this guy, this head coach, Damon Wilson, helped you? What is it that's special about him as a head coach?
Coach Wilson don't have no problem stepping in as a father figure to any and all players. It started with Keith Brown. I was a guy who thought I should have been D1, like most Division II players, reluctant to go to Bowie, and it started with Keith Brown. We good. What Coach Wilson say he gonna do. Trust him. And once you get your trust to him, he didn't lead me astray at all yet.
All right, and talk about what you want to do in your career in the future.
Hopefully I get to take Coach Wilson's job eventually. I'll start off with Coach Sewell, but that's what I want. That's what I want to do. I want to be a football coach.
All right, and you got some great role models there with Coach Sewell and Coach Wilson.
Yeah.
Coach, talk about this game this week. You got a tough one down there at Chowan.
It's a big game for us, because it's the next one up. Yeah. But Chowan is doing a great job offensively, and they're playing pretty sound defense. Quarterback threw for over 300 yards the last few weeks, and the running back had over 100 yards. So, you know, we're going to have our hands full defensively. Special teams, they play sound special teams, and defensively, they're doing a lot of moving defensive line-wise. So they're going to bring some pressure. So, you know, we have to be sound in our protections and our run rules, and we'll have an opportunity to win the ball game.
And it's going to be some tough weather down there, though, right?
Yeah. But the good thing about it is both teams will play in the same weather. So, you know, at the end of the day, the team that wants to win will win the ball game. And our guys, we practice in the rain. We'll practice at windy conditions because it's football. You know, it's a contact
football
sport.
Weather,
Good football weather. So we'll be ready for the environment.
All right, and talk about your scoring this year. I mean, you guys are you're averaging about 46 points a game still. Right. That's pretty phenomenal. You're so far ahead of the other teams in the conference. I think Chowan is right up there, maybe 2 or 3 though. They score a lot of points too.
And our goal coming into the year was to average over 40 points a game. And we told some folks that at the beginning of the year. I think some people brought into it, some people didn't. But I know everyone in that locker room understands that we have the talent to do that. And his hats off to our offensive line. And one thing, when you're scoring those types 40 points a game, all 3 phases impact that number. Defensively, is stopping the team, giving us field position. Special teams, from a punt return or kick return standpoint, giving us opportunity to have short offensive fields. And Amir is doing a great job managing the offense and taking advantage of what the defense is giving us.
And you got some great special teams play, like you were saying. You have a guy that's really playing well on special teams. Had a big block punt last week.
Victor Mack, he's a redshirt freshman that he's really coming into his own. He was a guy, and it's funny listening to Antoine. He kind of came in with the same mindset that Antoine had when he was a freshman. A little arrogant, what you like, but he didn't channel it the right way at times, but now he's coming into his own. Our veteran leadership is definitely bringing him into the fold and getting him to understand how to do the little things right. But he's a very special player, and we're excited to have him.
All right, and as far as your offensive line play, defensive line play, who are playing well so far?
Our Bang Five, that's Justin Nestor, that's Deontay Jordan, Darius Johnson, Brian Redmond, and Victor Tomber. Those are our leaders on our football team. Those are leaders on our offensive line. And D-line, you have Sean Copeland, Halencia Gates, and we just picked up backup Rasan Moore, Jalen Powell. Those guys are really getting after it. And I'm challenging those guys every week, just to get after the quarterback. I think we have some guys in the back end in our linebacker core that's going to do a decent job in coverage, but I need my D lineman to get after the quarterback, and that's something that we're going to challenge those guys to do more of each week.
And especially against Chowan with that big quarterback, right?
Yeah, they have a big guy, man. He's 6'3", 260 pounds. So we got to get all 11 hats to the football, and when that starts tonight at practice, and I'm going to make sure they understand that we need to get all the 11 hats to the football every play.
All right, and Antoine, what I hear from all the players is, I always say, what's your big game coming up? And they say, the next game. Talk about that philosophy, that the next game is always the biggest game.
You can't look further than Saturday. You can look at Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, but you can't look further than Saturday. Our biggest game is Chowan. Shouldn't be I don't even know who we play next week. Chowan is great competition, and you can't peek and try to play 2 games at once. We got to beat Chowan.
Mm-hmm. And then let's talk about those other games coming up, though. You do have a few big games. You got homecoming against Virginia State, who's also, I believe, undefeated in the conference, right?
They lost one conference
They lost
game,
what? They did lose one. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then you've got Virginia Union, who's up there. Let's talk about that. I mean, one of them's at home, homecoming. Why should people come out, man?
It's no easy week in the CIAA. It's going to be tough games every week. I think we're an exciting ball club to watch. And when we're at home, we need the hometown support. And if you look up and down our roster, there's nothing but DC and Maryland guys on the roster. I believe in taking that local talent and developing it and taking the show on the road. So I think we're an exciting ticket. And I'm excited to see the crowds growing every week to support these young men as they compete.
Right, and if people want to see points scored, they come on out, man. You guys are always putting points on the board, and very exciting football. And keep winning, man. Keep on winning.
The goal.
We're loving it here in the area.
Good deal. I appreciate it, Marv.
All right,
yes,
Coach Damon Wilson of Bowie State, along with linebacker Antoine Young. We'll be back in a moment. Thanks, guys.
Cool. Thank you.